late on the turn up there. You can see as they crossed behind the motorboat, they were still angled down, and it's cost them some distance on the red boat to leeward. Guys, try a little tighter vang. A little bit. Nice looking main set up there. You can see that extra bit of leech tension is giving them some height. Let's move just to the right a little bit. Pretty nice looking jib setup, although I think the leech telltale is plastered. You can see the main, just a little bit of flow at the top, not too tight. Really good looking setup. Guys, try to stay a little flatter. Let's follow Chris and Dan here, the boat crossing. Jibs out, they're in the duck mode, it looks like. Little heel to weather, which is tough. Gotta get your weight in, Chris. Yep, jump off the wire. It's hard to have the main out, Dan, for the duck. There you go, real late on the main ease and then trimmed in. You see how the boat responded once the main eased, it just kind of jumped in terms of the power. They look a little strapped on the main leech. Dan, you guys might be a little bit tight on the main leech. Maybe a little. Chris, pull yourself really high on the wire. And you guys look like the jib lead is too far down. The jib's very round on the foot. I think you're too far inboard too, Dan, on the jib lead. Pretty nice looking setup on these guys. The white sails I'm sure are going to be hard to see on the video here. If anything, they're a little full in the main, a little tight leeched. To windward, Alexa. So these guys to me look like they're raked too far forward, so it's real tippy. Just separate from them a little bit. Come to the right and forward. But it's a little tippy. And I think the main's a little bit too full. Probably the mast is too straight. You can see how high the boom is relative. See the lower part of the mast is really, really straight. So these guys have tried to flatten their main out a little bit. See the leech is a little more responsive now. Sheets out, yeah, that looks better. Not quite so closed down on the main. Watching this puff coming here in a second. Puff in 2, 1. The guys who were following at the start. Nice looking setup. A little twisty there once the puff is settled in. Maybe challenge that leech a little bit more. These guys have a lot of wrinkles off the front of the mast, which might be indicating that they're a little too bent. You can see the middle part of the leech is pretty open here. So here's, looks like Chris and Jesse leading at the top. First winter mark of the second race. Talked to Chris about easing the vang on the set. Still looks firm, but yeah, definitely you can see the whole main. It's a little bit tight, but nice smooth set. Last race, Henry and Dustin had a couple of really nice sets. Nice one again. See, Dustin had pulled the guy out of the chute quite a bit before the set, and that allowed him to pull the pole straight out. Henry's got the vang too tight for the set. You really want to come around the mark with your Cunningham off and your vang at your downwind setting if possible. Pretty smooth jibe there, very nice. Watch one more set here. Vang's nice and eased for the turn down. He's done a nice job cheating the guy out. You can see the whole sail line on the foredeck. Maybe a little early even pulling the pole out. But straight to full, that's nice. So you want to transition to the down mode right away. There you go. Nice set, guys. Nice set. So here's Brandon and Chris on the first run of the second race. Pretty light here. This is definitely a mode where you want to be, sailing the angles. Want to be talking all the time. Pole looks too low here. Chris, pull your pole up a little bit. And just slide across their transom, just kind of right behind them. Just be talking to Brandon about pressure the whole time. Keep the nice pull in that kite. If anything, the guy looks a little too far back in general. That looks nice. It's all about the pressure. Guys have a good look there. So here's a mode where they're kind of really trying to get down to this mark. You can see they're probably sailing a little bit deeper than they normally would. So it's a little bit heeled up. Chris is doing a nice job keeping the kite on the edge of under trimmed. Looks nice. Here's John with a nice race going. Maybe fourth or fifth around that mark. It's a little tight leech, but I think that's the way John likes to sail. Actually looks better with the pressure on the wire. Got to be careful about heeling to windward there. I think the main's too tight. And they're tacking. They look like they're out of phase here. No, it's not cross here. Let's look at this blue boat. We're right there. There's Chris and Jesse. Nice jib setup, not too flat on the bottom. Main looks super deep, super deep. Main looks real full there, guys. One of the things you see when the main gets too full, particularly in this flat stuff, is that it just stalls. You saw it just a second ago. Looked like they just lost all the power, but I think it's just the main. Stop here, stop.